Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Josh Christensen. I'm the Director of Client Development here at iResponze. I know it's 1:59 and we're supposed to begin at 2 o'clock. We just want to give it a few minutes to let everybody join in and log into the system so we begin here shortly. Certainly look forward to speaking with you all about preparing for summer travel, what influences the hotel choices of online bookers and bookers. So give me one quick moment and we'll begin here momentarily. Thank you. Okay. Looks like everyone that has logged in has done so. So do appreciate everyone joining us here for today's webinar, Preparing for Summer Travel, What Influences the Hotel Choices of Online Lookers and Bookers. For those that have just joined us, my name is Josh Christensen. I'm the Director of Client Development here at iResponze. Joining me on today's call is Matt Wadenka. He is our Client Development Manager, responsible for social media at iResponze. Want to go ahead and be respectful of your time and begin. Do please allot about 15 to 20 minutes for the duration of this webinar. So jumping right in, we're going to discuss who we are, what we do, and how we fulfill a need in the hospitality industry for both hotels and restaurants. We're going to share results of our own study as well as the latest research from Focusrite. Then we're going to drill down into mobile bookings from OTAs versus hotel brand apps and see which channel is leading the way. And then we'll look at the strength of OTAs. We want to look into the OTA revenue pipeline for hotels and what is projected for the year ahead. Then we're going to take a look at TripAdvisor. We're going to review those latest changes that they made at the end of the last year and the steps they're taking to reach millennials and how they're making inroads in which to entice them to use their platform. And then we will look at the key takeaways and how we help you secure summer travelers this year. And then lastly, we're going to certainly handle any Q&A. If you look in the right-hand side of your screen, you're going to see a drop-down box, and that's your control panel. And right there, there's a particular drop-down box where you can ask questions. So we encourage you to do so throughout the course of this webinar, and we'll get to those towards the tail end of the presentation. So again, as we mentioned, joining us on today's call is Matt Wadenka. These are just to kind of give you a face with the name, a little bit about our background and where we've been. Definitely have had a lot of experience in the hospitality industry, either on the supplier side, the supplier vendor side, or on the brand or hotel management level. So just want to give you a feel, for who we are and what we do, but also want you to make you aware that we can be accessible. So these are both of our email addresses. So should you have any questions, and you don't feel like you have any questions during the course of the presentation, but may have one at the end, we definitely encourage you to reach out to us directly. We'll be happy to assist you with any questions or concerns you may have. So jumping right into who we are at iResponze, we are a leading hospitality service company. We were created by hotel industry leaders who are passionate about delivering an authentic and valuable service, both in the management of responding to your guest reviews, guest satisfaction surveys, but also posting on your social media channels based on the services you select or so desire for your property or portfolio. We are a service provider. We're not an IT company, an ad agency, or a software product. Sometimes there's a disconnect there and people think we're a software company. We're not. We're more of a service provider. But we are knowledgeable. We are experienced within the hospitality industry. And our main focus is to partner with hotels and restaurants to strengthen and expand their online brand presence. As I mentioned, we have a lot of experience within the hospitality industry. Our entire leadership team has combined 100+ years of industry knowledge and experience. They have held roles in hotel operations, sales and marketing, brand management, revenue management, and certainly other areas of expertise. So, and those areas are both at the hotel and corporate level. So we understand your business and all the demands on your time to take care of your guests. And then, as we mentioned, our initial service offering was responding to guest reviews on behalf of not only hotels but restaurants as well. We've now expanded that to include social media management. Currently, we service over 1,000 plus clients on a global scale. That figure grows on a daily basis as well. And then looking at our clients, they span the hospitality spectrum, from global and regional brands to boutique and lifestyle brands, as well as independent hotels and restaurants. In addition, we are the only approved provider for Marriott International. What that means is we respond to their guest reviews and brand surveys for hundreds of other hotels on a global scale. So, getting right into what we wanted to discuss for today, and looking at this a little bit further, we're going to touch on online behavior of travel, and then look at online travel bookers and bookers. And so we're going to take a look at the latest research available that shows, it really shows us which channels are used by travelers to search and book, how far in advance they book, and their preferred travel searches online. So what are some of the travel services that are booked online? Well, according to Focusrite's recent data, hotels are second only to airlines in online searches and bookings, as well as reservations completed when consumers are shopping for their travel needs. What we found is that it's really interesting to us that activities, the third largest travel segment in this chart, hasn't really been given much attention in the past. What's been found is that this sector is going through an extraordinary amount of change. A vibrant reservation technology startup landscape is laying a critical foundation for sector advancement. The suppliers are finally adapting to the digital age. A host of startups focused on reselling activities have launched, and online travel's biggest brands, including Expedia, Airbnb, and TripAdvisor, have moved into the space. There's also been considerable interest in leveraging activities or experiences by the major hotel brands as well. Recently, Marriott has boosted its newly combined loyalty program by emphasizing the benefits of customized special experiences you can have as a Marriott Bonvoy member. So what booking type is most common? Well, we looked at the Statista Global Consumer Survey, which offers a perspective on consumption and covers the online and offline world of the consumer. We dug into their data that gauges how consumers make their travel arrangements. This graph from the online travel booking category of the survey shows that historically, since 2014, most individuals tend to book their hotel reservations as hotel room only, rather than booking their hotel as part of a bundled package holiday that includes airline reservations, plus activities and destination or vacation rentals for their stay. It's projected that this booking trend will continue well into 2023, though vacation rentals have been on the rise considerably each year. So what channels are used for bookings? We wanted to learn firsthand which channels hotel bookers utilize the most, so we conducted a survey in January of this year. And this is what we found really from that particular survey. Close to 43% of those surveyed conducted their research on the hotel site itself, and hotels seem to capture 50% of these lookers to convert them to bookers. Industry statistics show, and our own data confirms, that the efforts by brands to entice consumers to book direct is making a difference. We mentioned this in our February webinar, so shameless plug here that we do these every month, and certainly want to provide you with some educational information, what we're seeing in the market. So do look for these as we have them, or rather make them available. But from that February webinar, we mentioned that loyalty member advertising campaigns and added perks or rewards for members have helped increase the rate of direct bookings, while the OTA channel has either held steady or somewhat declined. Among the OTA channels, Expedia leads the pack, and they too have close to half of searchers on their site that are converted to a booking. So that's rather remarkable. And we also included TripAdvisor as a choice because we were interested to see, how they really might fare against traditional OTAs. In addition, TripAdvisor significantly increased their advertising to new markets in 2018. So we were curious if that had an effect. And our survey showed that TripAdvisor is not the top third-party online channel when individuals are searching for a hotel, and less than 5% of those surveyed book directly through TripAdvisor. So again, really interesting takeaways. But another key learning from the research is that while the majority of booking decisions are made on your hotel's website or through something like Expedia, guest reviews continue to be relevant. And we asked this question in our survey: have you booked a hotel based on their reviews on a particular website? 56% of survey respondents across all age groups said yes, with an even larger percentage, 64%, in that 18 to 24 demographic who are considered digital natives. They chose yes. So this confirmed our suspicion that potential bookers are searching what a past guest says about their experience at your property, and they're observing how a hotel responds. So that's important to them. So again, if there's a negative review out there and it goes unresponded to, it actually has more of a negative effect than if you were to respond and acknowledge that yes, this occurred. It doesn't undermine brand trustworthiness. In fact, it actually has a positive effect on future bookers. So we're going to do a quick poll here. Just going to make this interactive for everybody. How important is it to you that you or your staff monitors and responds to online user review sites like TripAdvisor? So definitely would love to see you all select an answer. Okay, collecting responses. All right, everybody has answered. All right, well, we are going to go ahead and close the poll and sharing the results. Of course, very important. So you wouldn't be joining us today if you didn't think this was an important topic. So of course, it is hugely important to you, to your property, and this is certainly something that we can assist you with as we kind of progress through this presentation. But with that, I'm going to definitely shift focus really quick into looking at the short booking window for hotel rooms. We looked at, again, looking at behaviors of your guests, consumers, and we wanted to examine how far in advance do travelers book their hotel rooms. And so what we found is that the booking window is considerably short, with more than half of online bookings being completed on the day of or within 7 days of an individual's travel. This can be a great opportunity for hotels to capture last-minute bookings by offering specials during slow occupancy times, adding incremental revenues to their, and adding incremental revenues to their bottom line. So with that, I'm going to invite Matt Wodenka to join me, and he's going to focus on mobile versus tablet versus desktop, and he's going to walk you through some additional information that I think you'll find hugely beneficial to you. Matt?
Thanks, Josh. Yes, next we're going to look at which devices are the most popular to book travel. So smartphones, tablets, or desktop computers. And travelers have become a highly mobile audience, so it's very important to keep an eye on the devices that your guests are using to book their hotel rooms. So it's not surprising that among all travel categories, and again, that includes airline, car rentals, cruises, hotels, activities, that most generate more than 1/3 of their bookings on mobile devices. And this is according to research by Criteo. And the highest amount of bookings occur in the hotel category. Criteo's research shows that over 1/3 of people now use a mobile device to book a hotel room. However, when you look at the data by channel, as this graph shows, you can see that hotels are lagging behind in mobile bookings when you compare it to OTAs. Only 10% of travelers utilize the hotel brand app on their smartphone, while 39% of travelers are utilizing an OTA app when they're searching and booking their hotel rooms. So could it be that travelers are more focused on searching a particular location on their phone or app and less loyal to brands? That's something we've been asking ourselves. They may see more advantages in using their credit card. For example, if you have an American Express, they might want to use that to build travel points to use anytime, anywhere in the future rather than building points in a particular brand loyalty program, because they may value that flexibility rather than relying on brand availability to use their earned points. And with that in mind, let's look at some reasons why hotels may be losing mobile share to OTAs. So some hotel brands have made progress in these areas, but others have been slow to change. And for many hotel websites that have been around longer than OTAs, their designs just haven't been easily adapted to mobile. And this can lead to obviously a frustrating user experience. And one of the most common problems is just poor navigation. On a smaller screen where space is a premium, many hotel websites are just cluttered with options and buttons, and it makes it difficult to use for the users to quickly find that content that they're looking for. And navigation buttons and text just may be too small to read on a device. And to make content easier to skim through, the amount of copy on a mobile site should be reduced from what is typically on the desktop version. And to drive direct bookings on mobile, it's also important to understand how content is consumed on a tablet or smartphone compared to how it's consumed on a desktop. Obviously, desktop users are in a fixed place, so they're typically more focused, whereas the mobile users are on the move and maybe more distracted. And mobile browsing is just more spontaneous in nature. Google's Travel Trends report notes that the growing reliance on mobile devices has led consumers to connect with brands during what they call micro moments. In addition, many travelers are searching on a mobile app for last minute booking, and the mobile booking experience needs to reflect that. And the claim to fame for OTA channels has been that travelers can find what they're looking for quickly and book it really within just a couple of minutes. And hotels need to be doing the same. We suggest that you offer competitive pricing up front, maybe just 1 or 2 offers to choose from, rather than a plethora of choices. That makes it easier to book without a fuss. And the last bullet point here speaks to that point. Some key reasons why travelers abandon their search is because they thought that the booking process was either too long or they found the checkout process to be far too complicated. Asking customers to fill out exhaustively long forms can create unnecessary friction in that vital moment that is leading up to that potential booking. For example, Expedia only asks for travelers' name, email address, and credit card information. And as a result of that, the whole process just seems to be more hassle-free. And another thing, they also allow the booking confirmation to be received through a text message. So when the guest ends up showing up at the hotel, they don't have to waste time searching through emails for booking confirmation. Now let's take a final look at the growth of mobile bookings. There has been a steady upward climb in the use of mobile devices when booking hotel rooms since 2016, while the use of desktop or laptops for booking has dipped slightly. eMarketer forecasting analyst Chris Benson notes that consumers are booking more travel on mobile due to larger smartphone screens, easier mobile payment methods, and just overall habits shifting to mobile. Also, airlines, hotels, and online travel agencies have made both apps and mobile websites easier to use. And by 2021, eMarketer projects that computers and mobile booking volume will be neck and neck. And next, we're going to take a look at the latest figures regarding revenue growth for OTAs. So data from Focusrite shows that OTA growth has been steady, and experts are estimating this growth will continue through 2019 and will reach $183 billion by 2020. So while the hotel's own website contributes most of the lookers and bookers of reservations in comparison to OTA channels, when looking at this cumulatively, we can't ignore that some hotels may need to rely on OTA room bookings during certain periods to be successful. We've examined how OTAs and third-party sites and apps influence a guest booking path, and more social media plays a part in this as well. In the next few slides, we'll look at recent changes to TripAdvisor's platform and how the company is moving further into social travel with the launch of a revamped website and mobile experience that they unveiled in September of last year. This new format is a personalized travel hub that allows users to follow and connect with individuals or content creators. This could be their friends, brands, publishers, or influencers, people that are creating content who share information that's relevant to their interests. And then it creates a personalized news feed similar to Facebook. And brands such as National Geographic, the Travel Channel, Business Insider, GoPro, Pop Sugar, The Knot, a lot of brands are providing content that members can follow. And members have the ability to create trips which can be an in-depth travel guide, it can be an itinerary, or just simple wish lists of things they want to do while traveling. And trips can be made private and saved for their own personal use, or share with the community to inspire and help others. And as you may know, TripAdvisor started in 1998 as a stay, experience, share site, and it evolved into an online booking engine. So this latest move appears to show their intent to become a social media channel like Facebook as well. And some questions that we need to be asking ourselves is, how is this going to change the landscape? And will it spur other OTAs to consider building more of that social content and community feature into their platforms as well? So why did TripAdvisor make the move to become a new social hub? This change follows research conducted by TripAdvisor into the most important elements to people when planning a trip. TripAdvisor's research revealed that its users, and this particularly those digital native users, they were expecting far more value back than the effort they were willing to put in. Users liked TripAdvisor and its reviews, but they're still looking and going to friends and others for trusted information. Based on their 2018 travel study, TripAdvisor reported that 66% of people read reviews, 62% say recommendations from friends and families are more important than reviews, 47% of people read articles, 36% watch videos, and 45% look at photos when making their booking decisions. So the key features of this new hub are a travel feed where users will see curated content from people they follow, real-time information that is relevant to their searches, the ability to save recommendations to a list. Again, this can be either public or private, and also a map function that allows users to see nearby saved recommendations while they're traveling. We've discussed the efforts that TripAdvisor has made to make their platform more engaging and social. And so before we end this webinar, we want to briefly share a few slides of our services that can assist you in engaging your guests in online social communities. Our current clients often cite the reasons that they love partnering with us, and we like to refer to that as the iResponze advantage. We are a team of passionate hospitality experts in handling your social media needs. We have the ability to learn intimate details of hotels and restaurants and really build relationships with key team members. We have a willingness to adapt to changing technology as well as brand standards. We are respected by major brands as an authentic partner to assist with public profile through social media channels. We have the ability to partner with business executives and activate leadership voice and brand essence. We are considered a trusted extension of your team. We are always approachable and accessible. And we have experienced hospitality background iResponze ambassadors that we assign for each of our clients. So it really is just that simple. We engage with your social butterflies, and that's anyone who might post a review, complete brand surveys, send a message on Facebook, or tag your hotel on Instagram, while you provide an exceptional guest experience. Our two service platforms are responding to guest reviews, and this includes the OTAs, brand reviews, and brand guest surveys, as well as a social media management service where we would manage those social channels on your behalf. Here's a sampling of our packages that we have available for our social media management services, where we would create custom content, post, and respond on your social media channels. And all of our social media management packages are customizable to suit your needs. So if you're looking for a certain amount of posts a month, we can definitely work with you to make sure that we meet those needs. And we understand that all hotels and restaurants are not the same, and so we offer our services based on your needs. These are the off-the-shelf packages that we offer for the review responding service that we provide. However, again, we'd be happy to offer pricing based on services that meet your goals and requirements. And as we end, we'd like to leave you with some key takeaways. The great news is that hotel terms are some of the most searched items online by travelers. And this gives hotels the advantage of being found organically by travelers looking for lodging. So really take time to check your listing on Google when searching for lodging in your area, and then work with your e-commerce to make sure that you're making any corrections that are necessary. In addition, hotels should be encouraged that we're seeing more travelers booking direct than OTAs. Leverage those shorter booking windows by adding last-minute incremental revenue for your low forecasted occupancy nights, and work with your OTAs to offer last-minute discounts and make sure that you're offering those special discounts on your hotel's website as well. Smartphone hotel searches and bookings are on the rise. Make sure that you review how your hotel information appears on those mobile devices, checking for accuracy and that discounts you may be offering are featured prominently there. We consider it a privilege to be a trusted extension of your team, so please contact us for more information. You can go to iResponze.com or email us directly. You have, again, our email addresses there on the screen. And we'd like to open it up now for any questions you might have. Feel free to type those in the chat box on the right side of your screen. I don't believe we see any right now, but if you think of any, again, you have our email addresses there. And please be sure to answer the one question survey as you leave. And we want to thank you again for joining us.